Because we're recording. We're live, baby. Beep, 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 beep.
Fun. See, it's fun because at the beginning, like editing every episode, I have to somehow work around the recording starting in the middle of a word that you're saying in the middle of a sentence. And then this time, just for no reason, you started in the middle of a sentence.
Hell yeah. I'm really good at, consistency. And that's the theme of this bracket.
Coming at you live from a live studio audience. We are the Tough Cut.
Yeah,
The Tough Cut.
Dun, 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 dun.
Applause.
Hello.
Wait,
Applause.
Matt, I like how you
Applause.
did like general like game show theme when we have a theme.
We do.
Like we have
You're
that.
right, and we paid money. We licensed it like it is our song.
It is our song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Does anyone want to put it as their ringtone? Any nasties out there want to put it as their ringtone?
Any nasties?
I think it'd be a good
Any
ring.
nasties want to
got a-
purchase?
got a bootleg recording that they're using as their ringtone.
Prove to us that you, as a nasty, have us as a ringtone, and we'll give you a shout out in 6 themes from now. That seems
We're
like a
not
good
going to
number, right?
remember that. Don't commit to it.
There's no chance. 6 themes.
Yeah.
That's so many episodes.
It's potentially
plus
like-
so many filler
But
bonus
yeah, like
Basically
episodes.
half-
26,
over half a
27
year.
episodes later.
That might be a year away if we like have a string of bad luck.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
that's true.
Well, with that, a string of bad luck notwithstanding, hello and welcome back. We're the Tough Cut podcast. No live studio audience. We're in the studio. And I'm Matthew.
I'm Alex.
I'm Jake, but in like a way where we're each other's live audiences, you know?
Yeah,
That's
that's
kinda
true.
nice. Like
That's
that, like-
deep.
Yeah.
And,
Well, yeah.
and our listeners will never be a live audience.
What?
They're in the
Are they-
future.
Because
Are they ghosts? Oh, I thought you meant they were dead. Sorry, I've been watching too many pirate movies.
Whoa,
Yeah.
spoilers. That's the bracket. This is episode 63 of the Tough Cut podcast.
Wow.
I think.
Every
Part
time I
one.
hear the number, it's
Could
like
be.
wow to me. That's like
Yeah,
so
it
cool.
could be.
We are feral today. Episode 63, part 1 of our pirate movie bracket. We should have, in the intro, maybe made a pirate joke, maybe all done pirate voices, but we didn't. So here we are.
Oh,
hey, there's 3 more episodes left. We could do
That's
whatever
true.
we want.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
We're being chill this episode. We're being chill pirates. A lot of people are like, "Oh, pirates sounded a certain way." We're like the historically accurate pirates. We're just like guys being dudes.
Yeah, pirates are just dudes being guys, just hanging out, being pirates. It's not about it's not about the ocean or the Yarhars.
Yeah.
It's about dudes being guys.
Yeah, maybe
Dudes
kissing
being
each other. I don't know.
guys. As long
Yeah,
as you
with a
don't
little
put it in
tongue
the
action.
butt, pirates are actually okay with it.
Yeah, no butt stuff, but tongue action, all good for pirates.
I'll be honest. I don't know. I think they do butt stuff.
You just can't tell the other pirates about it.
Ooh,
It's a real rule.
yeah. That's why they're always searching for the booty. Come on, guys.
Some pirate expert's gonna come after us.
He's like,
He's gonna be like-
actually, they.
Actually, sodomy was strictly forbidden on most pirate ships. Anyway, this is the first episode in a bracket, Alex.
Oh, shit, I haven't had to do this job in forever because every time it's my job, someone else says it. This is the pirate bracket. A little self-explanatory. These movies have pirates in them. And so we picked them.
Nice.
Nice. Also, spoilers. We're gonna be spoiling a lot of stuff, and there's some juicy stuff. You know, there's competition in these movies. There's spoilers, and we may tell them. That was my
Nice.
best spoiler warning yet.
Whoa.
That was a good one.
Coming at you in today's episode. In the first half, we've got the pirates in an adventure with scientists, otherwise known as
The Pirates Band of Misfits, which was
Thank
the
you.
American title,
Yes.
which I'm guessing more people who listen to our show have heard.
That's true. That is
we
true.
have a foreign audience. Okay, we do.
We
do
do.
have some foreign
There are, like-
foreign listeners.
There's like 7 people across all of Europe that like tune in religiously, and I mean, more power to you.
Give us your like social securities. We'll
Anyway.
shout you out.
Well, I think the fact that do people in other countries have the same social security
They don't.
system where they have social
No.
security numbers?
Anyway,
Cool.
the Pirates,
Cool.
the band of Misfits versus Dodgeball. And
Can you say the full title, please?
Dodgeball?
And
An
true
underdog
story.
story.
Oh, you okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm on the right version on Letterboxd.
Wow, that's embarrassing for you.
It is. And then we've got Pirates of the Caribbean. Caribbean, either works. We're probably not going to pick a consistent pronunciation. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest versus Castle in the Sky.
Wait, that's actually wild because never before have I questioned that it's Pirates of the Caribbean, but there is no other context in my life where I would say Caribbean instead of Caribbean.
Yeah.
Except for the talking
Except
about the title
for
of the
these movies.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird.
Caribbean.
That's really weird.
Pirates.
Because it's not Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, that's wrong.
Pirates of
I
the
know
Caribbean.
that.
Yeah. It's Pirates of the Caribbeaners.
They're big climbers. Anyway,
They're big. Yeah, pirates are big climbers. Pirates are
Uh,
naturally good climbers.
Jake, would you like to
Yes.
go ahead and introduce Dodgeball, a true underdog story?
I sure would. Look, I needed. I'm putting my heart on the line. Full disclosure, not for this movie, but for I get two movies, and one of them is like one of my like childhood like favorites. Like I love the movie, I cry at the movie all the time. So when I was thinking of my second pick, I was like, I need something here.
Jake's like, I've had too many movies where I've had too many brackets where both of my movies end up in the finals. I need something where that won't happen. So that way my other movie has a better chance of winning.
Well,
is that what you're saying, Jake?
No, what I'm saying is I needed something silly that I could talk about with no fear of it moving forward. Like, I know, like, because it's not that I don't love Dodgeball, a true underdog story. It's just, Anyway, so I pitched Dodgeball, a true underdog story. It's in 2004. It's directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber. It stars Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller. It was that time where they were doing all those specific comedies, like Wedding Crashers, Dodgeball, the other ones. And this is like, it's just an average Joe's gym and its owner, which is Vince Vaughn, and they're down on their luck. Justin Long's there too. And
yeah, he really is.
There's a competing
Sure
gym who
is.
wants to buy out all their stuff, a la, like Good Burger, who's been on the podcast before.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, part of the show, friend of the show. And they own
Part of the
Globo
show,
Gym,
friend of
and
the
it's-
show.
It's a health message.
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying so hard. Basically, he wants to put the average Joe gym out of business unless the Vince Vaughn can raise $50,000 to keep the mortgage. And apparently, there's a fucking dodgeball tournament where that's the exact cash prize. And so he forms a dodgeball team with the regular schmoes of his gym.
Hey Jake, where do pirates come into this?
Hold on, I was just thinking
the
that
audience.
because this whole description, I've been waiting for you to try and justify it.
I was going to, but I've been interrupted at every turn. And so, a la M. Night Shyamalan, there's a big twist in this movie. A big twist. Where actually, the movie isn't about gyms and dodgeballs. It's a pirate movie about finding yourself and staying true to who you are. Because one of the gym members of the Average Joe Gym is Steve the Pirate. And he is a man who dresses up like a pirate and talks like a pirate. And he gets bullied into thinking he's not a pirate, goes through a whole existential crisis.
Off screen.
Hey, there's one scene. Oh wait, no, it's the existential crisis leading to him decide not to be a pirate.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he comes back, and the reason they win, spoilers, is the whole reason they win is because they're looking at me like I'm stupid. You guys didn't watch the same movie I did.
I want you to try and justify how Steve the Pirate is the reason they win the final match of the tournament.
Yeah, I would love to. I would genuinely love to hear it.
They believe in themselves so much, and they're looking for the booty, and it's the treasure chest, and without having a pirate, you're not going to find that. And so they found not only the treasure, but the courage to win.
So, audience,
Nice.
Steve the
We
Pirate
like
is
that.
absent from the last 15 minutes of the movie, in which the entire final dodgeball game takes place.
And he's
Nice.
one of the better ones.
Jake, earlier when you said that there's a big M. Night Shyamalan plot twist in the movie, I thought you were going to say that it happens 3 minutes in when suddenly there's a pirate on screen.
No, I mean, look, this movie, no matter what you say, has a pirate in it. And
It's true.
it has
It
an arc.
100% does have a pirate in it with an arc.
Those qualifications, that's a check. That's a check. We did it, baby. It's in the
think
bracket.
about it. And there's also booty, mention of booty. So there's treasure. There is a quest. There is an arc. Like, I think he has an arc. So that's a pirate lingo.
Anyway, in essence of time,
There's a fight.
not
There's
to
a
cut you
battle.
off.
There's-
Alex, what'd you think of this one?
I love Dodgeball a lot. It's a movie I watched as a kid, and all the jokes went over my head, and I hadn't seen it in 10 years. When I watched it this time, I was like, oh, I get that now.
yeah, all the pirate stuff. You got all the pirate stuff now. It's in it.
You know, surprisingly, as a kid, the pirate stuff is what I enjoyed. This movie certainly has its flaws, but I was thoroughly entertained the whole time watching it, and that's always a good thing for me. Matt, what'd you think?
Yeah. So I generally very much agree. I liked this movie a lot when I was younger. I know we briefly referenced it before. I don't know if it got cut out of the previous, 20 episodes ago or 30 episodes ago. I mentioned that some of the jokes in this movie have not aged super well.
No, they have not.
Very much true.
No, they have not. But the pirate stuff holds up.
The pirate stuff,
pirate
unproblematic
stuff?
for the most part.
If we cut everything out of this movie besides the pirate stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's a perfect movie.
Look, all I'm saying is they decided to put a pirate in this movie.
Yeah,
and it's the least great.
It's non-problematic pirate comedy, but there is still the question of when in the writer's room, why make him a pirate? Why was that plot necessary? These are the big questions we ask at the Tough Cut,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's a cut of this movie where it's just the pirate stuff.
Dude, that would be 6 minutes long. Anyway, to keep some forward momentum,
Yeah.
I can introduce the movie on the other side of this bracket, just really quick, and then we can go back to dissecting and I'm trying to understand Steve the Pirate. So we've got The Pirates, Band of Misfits, otherwise known as Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, released in 2012, directed by Peter Lord. And normally, audience, I love to write a highly detailed, really concise, beautiful synopsis. But this time I'm just going to read an official one because it's just absurd. The luxuriantly bearded pirate captain is a boundless enthusiastic, if somewhat less than successful terror of the high seas. With a ragtag crew at his side and seemingly blind to the impossible odds stacked against him, the captain has one dream: to best his bitter rivals Black Bellamy and Cutlass Liz to the much-coveted Pirate of the Year award. It's a quest that takes our heroes from the shores of exotic Blood Island to the foggy streets of Victorian London. Along the way, they battle a diabolical queen and team up with a haplessly smitten young scientist, but never lose sight of what a pirate loves best: adventure.
So that was amazing, one. But two, I for a second thought you were describing Dodgeball because it's a ragtag crew. They're down bad. They want to win a battle against their rival. This is
down
Dodgeball. Bad. I just, you lost me at the whole Queen stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like Dodgeball quintessentially feels like a pirate movie. Anyway, but yeah, how do you enjoy this movie, Matthew? Why'd you pitch it?
Because it has pirates in it. A lot of them. It's got several pirates.
Okay, let's not. Okay, all right. Okay.
It's even got the illustrious Pirate of the Year awards. You know how many other pirate movies have got Pirate of the Year awards?
No, that's pretty good. But we have the Dodgeball award.
That's true. In the quirky sports quarterly obscure quarterly sports monthly or whatever it is. Yeah, so this is a movie that I have not seen in a long time, but I knew it had pirates in it. I generally enjoyed rewatching it. Yeah, I don't know. It's got pirates, and that's what we needed.
Matt's like, I was really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I knew this one had pirates in it. Surefire hit.
Look, we can dissect. I will talk probably in our finale some more about my thought process and picking.
Because this movie is going to make it to the end.
Going to go to the finale. Is that what you're saying?
This is going to be our finale movie. Okay,
naturally, this is an absolute winner. I know you guys loved it.
I feel even better about
Jake,
Dodgeball's odds right now. I don't know.
Look, how'd you feel about this one?
I mean, I liked it the whole time. Though I was thinking, like, this is the dude who did like Chicken Run and Wallace and Gromit, right? That's where their fame comes from. And
yeah,
and I love those movies, and it had the same energy. But it felt very clear to me that they were trying to do something different to try to get out of that shell and just do another project, and it didn't have the same energy for me as those other ones that are just like so iconic to me.
Interesting.
But those ones, no pirates.
That's true.
Matt,
no pirates.
So, Jake, what Matt is saying is that he couldn't pick one of those better movies because they don't have pirates in them, and this one does.
Right. You could have picked Chicken Run. I would have accepted it. They're a ragtag crew
Alex,
who are down bad and want to win again.
Honestly, thinking about it, Chicken Run might have as many pirates in it as Dodgeball. So I'd never seen this movie before. The entire time watching it, I kept being like, that voice is familiar, but I can't tell who it is. I just Googled the cast. This is an absolutely insane cast.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant is the pirate captain. Martin Freeman is in it. David Tennant is Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
Anton Yelchin is the albino pirate. He plays Chekhov, and Salma Hayek is Cutlass Liz. Imelda Staunton is Queen Victoria. She was Dolores Umbridge in the Harry Potter movies. Like, absolutely crazy cast. Al Roker is in it. Kevin Novak is in it. He's one of the vampires, and he's Nandor in
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. Like,
yeah, it's a pretty crazy cast.
Absolutely crazy. I had a generally good time with it.
Yeah,
lots of pirates in it.
Yeah, which
I don't know why that keeps coming up. I don't know.
It's the weirdest thing. We did a pirate bracket.
Yeah, pirate bracket. I didn't hear pirates bracket.
Oh, that's fair. Sorry, Jake.
Whoa.
That's totally good confusion.
Yeah, no one told me that my pitches had to have more than one pirate in it.
You know what, Jake? That is a very compelling argument.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
So opening up the floor real quick while we're already talking about Pirates, Band of Misfits. I got two little questions, fun superlatives maybe. One, all the pirates pretty much are named like pirate with gout, surprisingly curvaceous pirate, albino pirate,
with a scarf,
yeah. What would your pirate name be?
Oh, that's such a
pirate
good question.
Who plays dodgeball.
Hey, I've never seen you play dodgeball, Jake.
I'm
actually
pirate.
Pretty good. See, I'm good at those weird sports. Remember, I was always good at the like shit. That's like I can't play basketball or football, but give me a dodgeball. I'll be a little weirdo.
I also feel like your gangly limbs. People are trying to hit them, and you just
I'm like a wacky inflatable dude out there in the court. I feel like I related a lot when I was a kid to Justin Long's character, actually, in Dodgeball.
Oh, so you'd be Justin Long pirate?
Yeah. Hey, that actually sounds like a pirate name.
Justin Long.
Justin Long pirate.
What about you, Alex? What's your pirate name?
Wait, can we talk about how Jake's pirate voice is Sean Connery? I think my pirate, I don't know, maybe mashed potato pirate, because I like mashed potatoes.
You'd bring those to ham night?
Yeah.
Nice.
A nice sauce to dip your ham in.
That's really sweet. What would yours be, though, Matthew? Something about whiskey? How do you feel? They do rum, usually.
Whiskey pirate.
Whiskey pirate would be kind of fun. Also, could just be like a cheeky little brand, Be like, I can transition out of piratry or pirating or
Piracy.
Piracy.
There you
We
go.
got there.
Yeah.
Transition
You wouldn't
out
screenshot an NFT.
you know that you wouldn't download a car.
Yeah.
Just wait for the NFT guys to start putting ads in movie theaters. You wouldn't screenshot an NFT.
I really
Fucking
want that
dicks.
so bad. That'd be so funny. And
That's so
ironically, I would
good.
immediately screenshot an NFT.
you make the I wouldn't screenshot an NFT video an NFT.
NFT, yeah.
I like Whiskey Pirate. That's fun and gives a good exit from piracy into like you can make Whiskey Pirate.
Well, I feel like
whiskey.
it makes you stand out. Like you're the one pirate who doesn't like rum, but you love whiskey.
Yeah.
You know?
No
like,
rum
you-
for
Well,
me.
and then too, if you're ever hunted by the queen, you know, you can be like, "Oh, I'm not a pirate. I'm drinking whiskey," and she'll be like, "Sophisticated."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so we got mashed potato pirate, we got Justin Long pirate, and whiskey pirate.
They'd be friends. I'll say it.
What would
They'd be friends.
okay, we're a pirate crew.
Yeah.
We don't need to decide right now who's the captain. That can be a later discussion. What's the name of our pirate ship? What's our pirate ship?
What's our pirate ship?
I wouldn't
what's
want
the
to
name
be
of our
the
ship?
captain. Full disclosure, I want to be the quartermaster.
Well, that's good to know, but that's not the discussion we're having.
Okay. I'm sorry. What would our pirate crew be?
No, the name of the ship.
Oh,
name of the ship.
Mm.
Globoship.
Globo ship.
Average
Globo
ship.
ship.
Average ship.
Globo ship.
Dude, this
Chad
is
ship.
an average ship. I would like
I think, guys, maybe we should be Chad ship.
Chad ship.
All the parrots that we have are named Chad. Just every single
Hell yeah.
parrot.
We are so highly intimidating as we sail the high seas. Crushing
Can we
natty
like
light.
start crewing? Like I personally want Jason Bateman in the Dodgeball movie as in our crew. I want him in our crew.
Oh, Pepper?
He's like, that's a bold move, Con. Let's see if it pays off. I say that shit all the time.
There are so many things from Dodgeball that I quote that I had no idea were from Dodgeball.
We're from Dodgeball, right? Yeah.
It's kinda crazy.
It's crazy that Jason Bateman's in this movie for his little bit comedy role that I think he fucking nails as the sports.
Oh, yeah,
analysis.
he's hysterical.
It's pretty fun.
He's fantastic.
He's so funny. As a pirate, sorry.
yeah. There's lots and lots of pirate
Yeah.
action.
Pirate Bateman, another good pirate name.
Thank you. So
I don't think that would be his pirate name though.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be his. It'd be my friend's.
That's for someone else.
That's for
with-
someone else.
with Steve the pirate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good pirate name. Strong pirate name.
What are his odds in the Pirate of the Year awards, you think? You know?
Before or after winning the dodgeball tournament?
I mean, that is his big score of the year, but also he didn't even play in the game, you know?
Yeah, isn't it
Well,
fucked
and I
up
think-
that he's still got
Here's
cred?
the thing too. He technically wins a cut of the $50,000, right?
Yeah.
$5 million, you mean?
That can be a significant amount of change. Cut of $5 million. That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
But
Arg.
his money is in stocks.
Mm.
And there's no physical aspect to that. Pirates don't know what stocks are. And he ain't going to win Pirate of the Year with no booty.
Yeah, honestly, pirates notoriously anti-financial markets. They're really big on the asset trade. Recently,
How did I know we'd get there? How did I know we'd get there? How did I know that Matthew would start talking about the financial and the fiscal caveats?
Jake, we
of
had to have this.
piracy?
We had to have this conversation in this bracket at some point. I'm glad we're getting it out of the way.
Yeah, we're getting it out of the way up
I
top.
mean, they're a huge trading hub. Like they have like whole little islands like Tortuga. Spoilers for what's ahead.
Whoa.
That's like holy shit. How's the economy with that island? Probably really good.
Tortuga?
Yeah.
Depends how you define it, you know? Is this in a libertarian sense? Because in a libertarian sense, libertarian paradise over in Tortuga. If it's in like a
more like
government sanctioned
libertarian parrot ice.
Ooh, let's go.
Cause they're pirates, they got birds.
Anyway, we don't need
Chad.
any
Cursed
more.
monkey.
We're talking about a movie that isn't even in this matchup, so back off.
Right. Sorry, let's talk more about Steve the Pirate. You're correct.
Yeah. So I think let's chat climaxes because both these movies
Have them.
Yeah, they certainly do. So we've got in Pirates and an Adventure with Scientists or Pirates Band of Misfits, we've got a scuffle rump through a giant warship with the Queen of England, who's trying to eat some extinct animals, versus Dodgeball Tournament.
Okay,
And
let's
honestly-
dumb it down.
Okay,
This, you
okay.
know.
Versus the Dodgeball Championships for $50,000.
Against
Okay.
Ben
Okay.
Stiller.
I'm going to posit something.
Yes.
The climax of Dodgeball has more similarities to what I think a pirate climactic battle should be than the climax of Pirates Band of Misfits. Hear me out.
Okay.
Balls launch at each other. Cannonballs launch out of cannons.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure at some point Jason Bateman says that Christine Taylor's arm is a cannon
Holy
I think
when
shit.
she is throwing a dodgeball.
I think so.
Holy shit.
It's a good point.
And there's a big cannonball battle, dodgeballs, in Dodgeball. We don't get that in Pirates Band of Misfits.
I'd like to add pirates, what do they wear on their eyes? Eye patches. What did Vince Vaughn do in the end? Put an eye patch on both of his eyes. It's a blindfold, but let's not go into
Well, okay, so Jake, I feel like you set yourself up so much
Yeah.
to say that the dodgeball mentor is named Patches Zahulahan.
That's another
Patch,
one.
eye patch. That's
Eye
true.
patch.
That's true.
There's just so many pirate, you know.
It is. So somebody basically went digging. They dug real deep in there and they found what makes a pirate story a pirate story. They squeezed it and distilled it, and then they fed that to the writers of Dodgeball. I
just feel like there was a cut of this movie that was just the Dodgeball story. Steve wasn't in it at all. There was no Patton or whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah, it's like fun or whatever. But like, what could make this better? And some motherfucker just saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
He's
the
like,
first
"Pirates."
one.
No, you know
And
what?
guys-
I bet that this was a pirate movie. And then they were like, okay, but what if they throw the cannonballs? And then someone was like, wait, that's just Dodgeball. And then they rewrote the whole thing, but kept Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate. And that's why he's in a conundrum, like an emotional, like, oh my God. I
thought it was
every day on set. He thought he was going to film a pirate movie, and they were like, "Nah, man, more Dodgeballs."
Well, didn't you notice like the weird little outline around him? He was green screened.
He was green screened.
It was it was all old footage.
Dude. The green screen at Dodgeball's immaculate.
It is years ahead of what it should be. You know.
Yeah. But to give credit where credit's due, the Pirates, Band of Misfits, it's a creative take on pirates. Queen of England.
It is.
It's very fun.
Yeah.
And I
She
will always
hates
add,
pirates.
because we were talking about this before recording, but you look up pirate movies and there are like 5 million, and that number's not far off, remakes of Treasure Island. Everyone only knows how to make the movie Treasure Island. And there are the best ones, which we'll get to, later on. But it's the same thing. I applaud Misfits and Dodgeball for being unique pirate stories,
Telling a
adding
different
to pirate
pirate
lore.
story. Though really,
Sure.
when you think about it, isn't Las Vegas a lot like the Tortuga of the continental United States?
Holy shit, guys!
Wow.
Wow, guys,
Or the Blood Island, I should say, of the continental
Mhm.
United States.
Wow.
mm-hmm.
Wow. I bet there's a Pirate of the Year award in Las Vegas.
You know what?
What a good
If there
sentence.
is, this may determine what I vote for.
I'll say I was just looking up the Dodgeball cast. It also is like a crazy stacked cast.
It
There are
is.
so
No, like,
many like
there's a lot
crazy
of
comedy
good
people
people.
in this movie.
There is Pirate Fest.
That's getting there.
Pirate
That's
Fest
doing it.
at Craig Ranch Park. The only Pirate Fest in Las Vegas.
Oh, normally that I feel like tagline would be like, oh great, this is the Pirate Fest of Las Vegas, but that is not helpful for our conversation.
What is most
Yeah.
important to remember is that Pirate Fest is a living, breathing entity. The characters continue to live and interact. Come see what's new this year.
What?
I don't know, dude.
Wait, is it it's like a pirate simulation?
No, it just looks like there's like guys that juggle swords and they've got like shitty little.
But they have
Both.
relationships and it grows and changes every year?
There's also in
Yeah.
Vegas and in Florida like a medieval times, but it's with pirates, and you can go on a pirate ship and they do like a pirate
Yeah,
like
I don't-
battle, and
that's
you
pretty
sit
cool.
on each side, and like
This is
it looks really
this is
cool.
not that. This is just some guys who dress up like pirates. We should vote soon. I feel like I have
You know,
so much more to
Bellagio is
say.
French for pirate.
Wow, that's crazy.
Chuck Norris is in Dodgeball, guys, and he's a
which
pirate.
is honestly big negative nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. William Shatner, David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, makes a nice cameo. A question I want to pose to you guys, just from quick question. You're just digging into how the world works for this dodgeball tournament. These are single elimination dodgeball matches. Like, this tournament should be done in like an afternoon, you know?
It lasts all fucking...
I had that thought. Like, that it seems like it's taking several days, but they play one match every game.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, in the matches, we basically get to see the matches in full, you know?
It's really competitive, okay? It's really competitive.
It loops all the way to it's the very highest level.
Average Joes, all of their matches take like a minute, 5 minutes tops. All the other teams are really drawn out. And that's why they can win, because all the other teams are exhausted.
Yeah.
And they're only playing for 5 minutes a day.
Except Globoship. They're just built different, you know?
It's true.
Which I think there's a lot to unpack there.
I'll stay for the credits where Ben Stiller was in a fat suit.
Yeah, I can't believe he gained 120 pounds for the end credit scene.
He's committed.
Yeah, truly. Feel like we need to vote, but I also feel like we've talked about nothing.
We've talked about the superior pirate movie, and
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. We can do this.
I'm voting, and I'm ready, and I'll go first.
Yeah, please.
I gotta vote for Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Oh, because it's an underdog story in and of itself. Story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
One pirate versus many.
Exactly. He's the one pirate versus them all.
Wow. Guys, what does Dodgeball get if it wins the tournament?
I will invest $5 million into Globoship if it wins our bracket. I'll be putting my money where my mouth is and taking a controlling stake.
We'll do a sequel. We'll do it. We'll actually write a sequel. All of us will pitch it to Hollywood where it's just pirates, and we have so many.
And
pirates.
It's called Dodgeball: A True Underdog Story 2, but it has nothing to do with Dodgeball, and it's just
it takes place 800 years earlier with Steve the pirate.
Yeah. In
his homeland.
Oh, and it turns out he got trapped in time. It's like a Samurai Jack.
We need to vote.
I voted.
Okay, vote, Matt, vote.
I'm gonna vote. Look, I know, I get it. Underdog story, the one pirate versus the many. However, Jake says pirate bracket. Our document is titled Pirates! ! So I'm gonna vote for the Pirates. With the Pirates Band of Misfits.
Let me just edit real quick here.
My vote's already locked. You should have edited before, and my vote would have been where it lied.
Jake, I love you very much, but
This is how I felt at the first Dodgeball where they won on a technicality.
Look, it brings me back to the Nicolas Cage bracket. I pitched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse because we got some great Nicolas Cage in that movie. But that has a small amount of Nicolas Cage, and so it did not move on. And this movie has a small amount of pirate, and so I say it shall not move on.
All right.
And I am voting for Pirates Band of Misfits.
No, what if I find out Pirate Band of Misfits was using steroids the whole time?
You know what? That's not against the tough cut policy.
Wow. I was about to say it could be. Using the Smith machine is a condemnable offense, and as much as I love Globoship, he's out there using a Smith machine. White Goodman.
It's true.
I didn't know what a Smith machine was.
And I won't.
I can only assume now it is some sort of weightlifting apparatus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the nipple torture one?
No. It's the weightlifting.
Is it the Da Vinci Code one? Yeah.
I guess with that, maybe the real underdog. Pirates Band of Misfits advances.
You sound so shocked. Matt, Dodgeball only has one pirate in it for like 10-minute screen time. What are you shocked about?
Yeah.
I'm just as shocked as you, Matthew.
Anyway, with that, Alex, you want to go ahead and introduce Dead Man's Chest?
Yeah, sure. So similar to Matthew reading his synopsis of Pirates, Band of Misfits, I am going to read mine directly off of Google because I was reading over it, and it is an absolutely ridiculous way to describe this story. So Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, released in 2006, directed by V. Gore Verbinski.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo,
The man.
So this is how Google summarizes this movie. When ghostly pirate Davy Jones comes to collect a blood debt, Captain Jack Sparrow must find a way to avoid his fate lest his soul be damned for all time. Nevertheless, the wily ghost manages to interrupt the wedding plans of Jack's friend Will Turner and Elizabeth Swan. What an absolutely crazy way to describe this movie,
Yeah,
right?
that's not. Yeah,
Davy Jones had nothing to do
He
with
had nothing to do with the wedding.
Right? But he's a wily ghost.
He's a wily ghost. This sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain. This dude, like, murks people. Straight up, like, murders
Isn't that
people.
crazy? Like, totally misses, one, the tone, and also, two, the plot of the movie.
Some Disney exec wrote this trying to get just a little bit more that sweet PG-13 pushing the limits, get some kids to watch this movie.
Yeah. So, I'll get into a little bit why I picked this movie. I don't think that this is my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I'll say that flat out. But I think it has the best final act, and I think it has the best ending of all of them. And I think that this might be the most pirate of all of them as well. So that's why I picked this one.
Yeah,
I could see.
I can agree. I can agree with everything there. I can.
So, Jake, what do you think about it?
No, I mean, this is one of my all-time fave pirate movies, and like it's up there for like, you know, popular like box office like movies. I just think this is from top to bottom so fucking well executed as a blockbuster movie. From like everything, from like how much care they did in the special effects and building these ships and everyone's commitment to like acting. I think the script's tight. The way they blend all these characters to that final act and that like once they hit the island is like fucking, it's just like superb.
It's
and
great.
Like it nails its tone. It doubles down on already a tall feat to break. Like they did this on a Disney ride, and then like we'll give the first one its flowers when it's due, but like it just from top to bottom I feel like is so good. And like the whole movie when I'm watching it, and spoilers I guess, but like the only thing I'm missing, I'm like, oh, like I miss when Barbossa was here because he's so good, and then he fucking shows up at the end and I get so hype. Like, yeah, I think this one is my favorite because Davy Jones is like just a top tier like villain for me. He's just so good, and in this
Bill
one,
Nye does so well.
Yeah, he gets the most to do in this. Like the third one, he kind of gets cucked, and it's kind of funny, but like, you know,
when he's standing in the bucket.
Yeah, he's standing in the bucket. It's like, come on, man. He does have some cool like scenes still, but like I don't know. I could rave about this movie. I fucking love Dead Man's Chest. I definitely would have pitched it if I had 3 picks of a movie and didn't think Dodgeball was the superior pirate.
Of course. Yeah. So, agree with a ton of what has been said. It is like a spectacularly fun movie to watch. Very, very piratey. You get a lot of aspects of pirates, not just the pirates themselves, but like pirate lore. You know, you got the Kraken swimming around. You get lots of boats. You get Davy Jones. You get a reference Davy Jones' locker. You know, like it's pirates out the wazoo up in here. But something I want to call some specific attention to is I feel like this is a fairly spectacularly composed movie.
Dude, absolutely.
Like the directing is actually really, really strong, and I know that Gore Verbinski has been like a long running joke, but like not that he's a bad director, it's just he made Mouse Hunt. But I think this really shows like his technical chops.
He genuinely is a really good director. He really is.
The fight choreography here is so good.
Oh my god, so
creative.
This movie nails so much.
We don't put the respect on Gore Verbinski and his action direction. I feel like he's like left out of the conversation, and these movies have great action direction.
Well, it's
Yeah,
because
for sure.
afterwards he went ahead and did Lone Ranger. Like,
Hmm.
that's why people immediately were like, maybe we don't like gore anymore.
You know, he's got the epic highs and lows. He makes Mouse Hunt, and they're like, give him the money, put him on the Disney payroll, and then he goes and does Lone Ranger with
Yeah.
that.
I think
Yeah.
one more thing I just want to say, because I don't know how much it'll be in our conversation, but I think what's so interesting to me is that I feel like often second movies and trilogies have a really tough time because they have to set up so much for the conclusion, but then they also have to like carry their own story and do their own thing. I feel like this movie somehow is the perfect blend where everything that it's setting up for World's End is 100% it fits in this movie, and it like makes sense even if there was no conclusion. Like the stuff that happens in this movie feels like it is meaningful for this movie. And I just think that's really well done because that's hard to do.
Yeah, I mean, they doubled down on everything they needed to double down on and peeled back everything they needed to peel back. Like, it just, again, from top to bottom, I think they made a complete movie, in my opinion. Like, I really, really feel like this was so, and I'm so glad a lot of people liked it too as much. Like, it just felt like such a fun time. Fucking love it.
With that, on the other side of this matchup, we have Castle in the Sky, released in 1986. Apologies, I do not know the Japanese title of this film, but directed by Hayao Miyazaki. This is a Miyazaki film. Pazu finds a mysterious girl who floats down from the sky. This girl, Sheeta, is chased by pirates, governments, military, all sorts of armaments, as she has a secret and powerful artifact, a magical crystal. This all sets off into a high-flying adventure off to find the lost city and lost civilization of Laputa, and the truth behind Sheeta's identity.
That's me.
Wow, welcome, Sheeta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is, I mean, I think just thoroughly spectacular. It is a Miyazaki film. He does so much so well. And it includes pirates. You know, you had to get some properly animated representation and also a different flavor. These are sky pirates, you know?
Yeah.
No oceans in sight. Well, I mean, there are some oceans in sight.
Yeah. You can see oceans. Yeah, that legally we have to say that, or else the pirate law will come after us. But you know,
Yeah,
the court, as it were.
Yeah. So, Jake, what'd you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is how Miyazaki, like, I love. There's such a charm to these movies and such a like spirit. And I actually
Get away.
I I actually just went to LA on a trip, and I was able to go to the Academy Museum during the Miyazaki exhibit that's in there temporarily.
Wow,
And it
that's
was
so cool.
Like, you're not allowed to have phones in there, so I don't have any pictures or anything, but like it was like phenomenally done, and like just everything sprawled, and they have a whole 3D like figure someone like made of the castle in the sky, like the whole world, like it's all rendered and you can see like it all built, and it's so cool.
That's awesome.
And yeah, like Matthew said, I think getting a array of like different kinds of pirates is very fun. I think sky pirates are very fun. I love the concept. Makes me think, you know, other films, Stardust kind of is like sky pirates, you know, and stuff like that. I just like
we'll
sky
get space.
pirates.
We'll get space pirates next week.
That's true. Space pirates. I just love the idea of piracy, and I think Miyazaki obviously takes care of his characters and makes them little goofballs and terrifying at the same time in a very nice way.
Yes. Oh, also a super important thing to call out with this movie. This is also the first official Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah.
Nausicaa predates it, but that was prior to Studio Ghibli being formed. So
yeah, which is wild. That this is the first one. Was
out
there
with a fucking banger?
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun. What do you think, Alec?
So I used to love the Miyazaki movies when I was a kid, and it was at a point where I like didn't I watched them when I was really young, and so I like didn't know who Miyazaki was as a creator. I didn't know that these movies were made by the same person or same studio. Like I had no idea. And then I got older and older, and I never went and rewatched them. And so this is the first one that I've rewatched in like probably over a decade.
Dude, you need to start. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been waiting for you guys.
Shit.
I've been waiting to put them in some brackets.
I will.
I will. I will. Trust me.
I can't wait. Every time it'll be like a little gift that you guys give me that when you put one in a bracket. These movies are so beautiful. They're so nice. They do such a good job of like sitting in silence to let you like really appreciate everything. The like main theme that I love in this movie so much is this whole idea of like looking at the sky but going into the earth, like digging deeper to like escape. It's so beautiful. It's so well done. It's an incredible movie, and there are pirates in it. So here we are.
True. Here we are. Yeah. No, this is what a matchup. What a matchup
that these two are here. Definitely, like we say it all the time, but could be a final matchup. And like both these films, just like they're feel good movies, and in such different ways. Like it's such a different level of excitement that I feel with both of these movies, but I genuinely like so much serotonin will flow through me like watching these movies. And it's clear
I totally
that
get what you're saying.
Creative direction, yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. They like somehow I think are very different. They do very different things, but in the same way, like they are such a fun time. I think like Pirates of the Caribbean has this like intense, like this intensity, this like burning, where like every time you see a character in a scene, you either learn a new aspect about their motivations or their motivations change. And then like that propels you closer and closer to the awesome climax that this movie has versus this movie. Like these things keep happening and happening and happening. And then every time something happens, you get this quiet moment that like grounds you and like brings you back and like reminds you that like it's not just these like crazy things happening. These are also people. And it's just so well done. It's so crazy. I love the characters in both of these movies.
It's so good.
Yeah, they're great. I am in awe that we get to talk about them.
Now imagine if Steve the Pirate was
Whoa. A quick question.
Wait. Could you guys imagine if the like guardian in the castle in the sky, if the like last guardian, they're like quietly saying goodbye, and then it just turns to them and goes, "Yar, I'm Steve the Pirate."
So you just see at the end of Castle in the Sky, the credits go, and you just say, "Steve the Pirate will return."
Yeah, that's the only thing that can make Castle in the Sky better. You know, there's this whole like subtext narrative about Miyazaki making a stance on the use of like nuclear weapons, but like, what if we just had Steve the Pirate in there, dude?
I mean, that's how they wrote Dodgeball. Yeah, so it's the same.
True. They took a
Castle in the Sky and they added a pirate to it.
And that's what they, through iterations, this is what they came to. You know, they cut all the stuff that wasn't necessary.
Yeah, fuck all this stuff about nature, about the natural world, about, you know, industrialization. Let's make it about dodgeball and pirate.
Oh yeah, that's the heart of it.
What were you gonna ask, Matthew?
Yeah. Did you guys watch the sub or the dub for in English or in Japanese for Castle in the Sky?
Oh, in Japanese. I always watch in Japanese.
I watched the English because I had to watch it quickly on HBO Max.
No, you're good. You're good. I watched it in English for the first time because it was conveniently on HBO Max.
It's a crazy voice cast too.
Yeah, they get a lot of good voice cast.
They age up, specifically Shida and Ponzu, a bunch. They sound like fucking grown people. Yeah. But two, something caught me so off guard that I had to switch to the sub. When they're in the ship with all the pirates, they have the pirates begin professing their love for Shida in like a romantic connotation. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Wait, what happens
in the Japanese? It's the like, it's like a rough translation, but the like sets of honorifics that are used, it is meant in like a familial context.
Yeah, it's like very.
Whereas in English, they decide to play it as romantic, like all the pirates.
All
are
these
falling in
adult
love
pirates
with
are in
Shia.
love with this child.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's
Yeah.
no.
I was like, what is going on?
Dude, that's
so
why
that's-
I can't
that's-
watch I can't do it.
That's my official condemnation of the English version of Castle in the Sky. I was so.
I mean,
caught
it does
off
have
guard.
Mark Hamill in it though, so you got to give it up.
and Manny Patinkin.
Yeah, Anna Paquin, Cloris Leachman,
Oh shit!
James Vanderbeek.
It's a crazy cast.
It's a pretty
it's
stacked
like
cast,
wild.
honestly. They're like they do a good job. Like it's a competent dub. It's just that particular moment really threw me off guard.
I will say I googled Castle in the Sky, and on the cast tab, it shows Mark Hamill, Anna Paquin, James Vanderbeek, but then it shows a character. It shows Sheeta is played by Pazu, and a picture of Pazu.
Yeah. He sure does. And he's holding like a gun, right? Or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the pirate gun.
It's the
The
pirate.
blunderbuss.
Pirate gun. These are just two like incredibly beautiful movies.
They're
Similarly,
both adaptations. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
It,
Castle in
yeah,
the Sky
I
is based on Gulliver's Travels, and Pirates is based on the ride.
I guess adaptation of the ride is a stretch. I was like, is that what he's going for? Adaptation of a Disney ride?
Yep.
Similarly, actually, this is something I want to talk about for Deadman's Chest. Because I generally, like, Alex made the comment that, like, anytime there's a new scene, we're, like, generally learning something new about a character. It's recontextualizing their motivations. It's not a romantic subplot between Elizabeth and Jack Sparrow because, he's clearly like, I'm, I don't know, horny pirate guy. And she's like, please, I want my husband back. But it just is always since, like, I actually rewatched the Pirates of the Caribbean movies like a year ago.
I watched them a
and
handful of times. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like something that's like always struck me as like it feels like an unnecessary inclusion outside of like scumming up Jack Sparrow even further. Like he spends a lot of time in this movie just continually proving how self-interested he is.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's all to get to the point where Elizabeth does the fake smooch to chain him onto the ship to, the big trick, I'm like, I feel like there's like 100 other ways you could like play that scenario out without having like him being like, I could have you naked. And I just like it just feels unnecessary,
Yeah.
Like I just don't know why it's there.
And especially because Elizabeth Swann as a character is way better written than that moment as well. Like it's not even just Captain Jack, it's Swan. Especially she gets way more to do in the third one. That's why I love the third one as well. Like she gets to be fucking Pirate King. But
it's a shame. I feel like she does a lot of cool stuff in this movie, but it's very much glossed over. Like all of her stuff about like how she gets to Tortuga, you get so little of it, and what you do get is like kick ass. It's so cool of like the like pretending to make a ghost, and like it shows that she is more than just this damsel in distress. Like
sneaks her
really
way onto
well.
a merchant marine ship in like for the East India Trading Company. Like she does a lot. There's also one of my favorite jokes in the movie when Jack, Will, and
the Commodore.
Yes, the Commodore.
Norrington. James Norrington.
Yes, James Norrington have taken off to battle, and she pretends to be taken by the heat and collapses. Is so funny to me in the like one in the ways that like Elizabeth is very aware she's like hamming up the gender expectation, and then also the fact that like they are being like dumb brutish men and just settling their argument via violence. Yeah, like it's just like such a 1-2 punch of like. It's that whole climax of Deadman's Chest is so good.
Her character, though, in that climax is so good because not only is it like just a funny moment, it's also this like very obvious turn of her realizing being the damsel in distress isn't the life that she wants. It won't work for her. Like she has to
solve the problem.
It's not going to solve the problem. She has to be an active participant. She has to be a pirate. And like that sets her up for the next movie so well. And then you get her doing this like awesome pirate stuff. It's just good. It's
She
really
does
good.
fucking awesome pirates. Yeah, the one thing that like sucks about the pirate movies, and I don't think it's a flaw of the movie. It's just like there's so many fucking awesome characters who do cool shit that sometimes, like, these movies have been out for a decent amount of time where you're like, oh, I want that character to do cool shit, and now we have time to think of all the other cool shit they could have done. But this
Yeah.
movie's still like 3 hours, right? Or close
It's a
to
lot.
it.
No, it is
Yeah,
3
yeah.
hours.
And they put a bunch of cool shit in it. But you're right. It's very like sometimes it feels like they're not juggling their characters well, but I just feel like, especially with Dead Man's Chest, they do a great job with like mixing stories together. And that island fight is the climax of that. Like it's so well done.
It's so fun. Yeah.
And to have multiple villains, that it's hard to have multiple villains in a movie. It's so hard. It becomes congested and it's all like, oh, what the fuck's happening?
Well,
But
and
to
I think
have East India Trading Company and Davy Jones and like everyone else turn in on each other, it's so good. It's
what
so,
I think
so
what
good.
this movie does so well is that it is not trying to say these are the good guys and these are the bad guys.
Right.
It is doing everything it can to say, okay, these guys were the good guys, but now they're not so good and they want their own things and it's not altruistic. They want it for themselves.
Well, they always
I
hate the
mean-
British though. They always hate the East
Yeah.
Indians.
Yeah.
I
They're
feel like
always the
Will
villain.
and Elizabeth are pretty consistently portrayed as like in the right throughout the film. I think Jack, clearly Davy Jones, I think the East India Trading Company, I think the Commodore are generally portrayed in more like fulcrums of like self-interest. But I think Elizabeth and Will are generally like,
Well, except for the end, Elizabeth
You know.
gets tricky. Like she kills Jack, and you're like,
who has acted he's acted horribly the whole film.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I think, you know,
Right.
she is in
Yeah.
some senses justified. He was going to kill 100 people or sentence 100 people to death to save himself. Like, you know,
yeah, but he's quirky.
because he is fun because someone is fun doesn't affect their moral character, Jake.
It's worked for
Unless
me
we
so
wanna get-
far, baby.
Unless you want to get into a conversation about care ethics, but we don't want to unpack that right now. It's too much. I don't know. It's so tough. It's so tough.
Unfortunately, lads, we're getting close to it, and it's hard.
oh my
because both
god,
these
we're
movies are
already
like,
at an hour.
I
We went
know.
a little over talking about Dodgeball.
nah, there ain't no way.
Something I do want to call out with Castle in the Sky, obviously a spectacularly beautiful film. And, you know, being that it changes the form on piracy a little bit, we get
Mhm.
Sky Pirates instead. I do still think we get some fun pirating moments in Castle in the Sky. Obviously, it's not as thoroughbred pirate expectation stuff.
Yeah.
But the ship sailing, the ducking and weaving from a more powerful foe, the variety of chase scenes,
Mhm.
I think are all very, very fun action sequences. I think like that is layered onto a narrative that has like so much to say, like very broadly. Yeah, it's just such a spectacular film. And I could gush about it for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. No, it is really good. But I think there is an elephant in the room because we don't want to talk bad about Castle in the Sky because it's a beautiful film. But at the same time, it's not as much of a pirate movie.
It's an
not
as much pirate situation.
Yeah, it's not, and it's
which I
great. It's phenomenal,
recognize.
and the pirates are great in it. But like, especially if it's up against Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean,
It is tough to get a more pirate movie than Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah. I just wanted to highlight, you know, I didn't
absolutely
not to say Dodgeball isn't a pirate movie.
Hey,
I'm taking a notch on my belt.
If it was up against Dodgeball, it might have a better chance.
There's-
And I
you
say
know,
might as the one person who still might have voted for Dodgeball.
quantity of pirates.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Castle in the Sky, beautiful, beautiful movie. It does have pirates in it. They do pirate things, but it's just like it's a question of having a slice of cake versus a bed of cake. You know,
Versus the whole
Versus-
fucking
yeah.
bakery, dude. Like it's
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
So a couple things I want to call out for Castle in the Sky as we're closing up here. Such a good movie. One, Laputa uses Ethereum to power itself. They're on the blockchain, baby.
Oh no!
They
no.
trade crypto
I'm
over
screenshotting.
there.
I'm screenshotting.
Wow. Okay. You know what? Hard against Castle in the Sky. It's anti-pirates now.
That's true. It's true. Ethereum. Come on.
To the scene of the two buff boys in the street bursting their shirts and then punching. Incredible.
They
Really
based that
good.
off
Cinema.
of you. They
Really
based
good.
it off of you.
Thank you. They did. They did
Yeah.
base it off of me. They
You guys
also
could not see that. He lit up when I said that.
a joke referenced Far and Wide in Japanese media.
Was
Very
this the
good,
first movie to
very
do
good
that?
bit.
I didn't know if this was like.
I don't know if it's where it originated, but it's the earliest occurrence that I'm aware of.
And it definitely popularized, probably.
It's so good.
I'm sure it did. God, there's just so many good things about this movie. I love this movie so much.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, English dub, little
Yeah,
crazy.
don't watch that. Don't watch.
Unless you want to be confused why grown men are in love with a 13-year-old.
Yeah,
I
go
will
watch
say-
Licorice Pizza if you want that shit.
If you have HBO Max, it's on HBO Max. Watch it.
True.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Just keep
True.
in mind what I've said about the English dub. Take those notes to heart. It's still a workable dub, and Mark Hamill is actually great.
He's
Yeah, he's really good.
He brings a very sinister tone to our
Mhm.
favorite villain.
Mhm.
He's like, oh God, it's so good. I suppose I am ready to vote.
I am too. I can start us off.
Right.
I am voting for Dead Man's Chest. I want all the pizza. Right? No. Cake.
Bakery.
You want the whole
cake.
bakery.
I want all the gluten things.
Yeah, I'm
Bring me the
hungry.
patisserie, and I'm about to dig in.
He made up a word.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
patisserie
I'm
is
also
already-
voting for Dead Man's Chest. You have a torch of destiny.
to stay philosophically consistent, I love Castle in the Sky so much, but it's a pirates ! Bracket. There's more piracy going on. There's more pirates going on in Dead Man's Chest. So philosophically consistent vote goes that way. The heart vote goes to Castle in the Sky. No, not in this matchup, Jake. With that, Dead Man's Chest advances. It will face Pirates Band of Misfits in our semifinals. Next week, though, we've got some more pirate movies.
What?
Let's switch up the theme.
That's how new bracket next episode.
We're gonna answer the talk about the first 4 movies in every bracket. So we've got a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, another one, versus Treasure Planet, the first of our
let's
Treasure Island
go.
movies. And then we've got Hook versus Muppet Treasure Island.
Let's
the
go.
Jake's baby. Jake's
His
little
heart
baby
is on
choice.
the line.
It's my baby. It's my baby.
It should be
Have y'all seen
so
it?
much fun next week. I have not.
I actually don't think I have either.
Oh my god, dude.
Wait, okay. Jake, are you... So my heart was on the line our first bracket when I pitched Shrek 2.
Yes.
Matt, did you have a movie where your heart was on the line?
The way back to some extent, but
Okay.
like I knew that probably wasn't going to advance over Lady
Interesting.
Bird.
He was defeatist about it. He was defeatist
Yeah,
about his heart.
I was being realistic.
right.
Interesting. Okay, and so now it's Jake's turn.
So now it's my turn.
Guys, I've been trying to get us to do this pirate bracket forever, and Jake kept being like, I'm not ready. I can't put it on the line.
Pirates was one of the
nervous.
first bracket concepts
Yeah.
we came up with over a year ago when we started this show.
Mhm.
So catch those next week. You can watch along with us. They should be so much fun. Beyond that, you can follow us on social media at Tough Cut Pod. We're on all of your favorites.
Mhm.
Um,
And your least
consistently-
favorites, unfortunately, but it's because we care, you know.
We're sorry
except for
about that.
Facebook. We're not on your mother's favorite.
We will never be on Facebook.
Yeah.
Never. If you find a Tough Cut account on Facebook, you know it's
not
fake,
us.
so you can
It is
report
not-
it.
That's piracy. It's not.
Get the Tough Cut off the metaverse.
Wait,
Honestly.
we'd have to get rid of Instagram then.
If you enjoyed the show, you can comment and follow us on all your favorite podcasting platforms, which I said I was going to do at the start of an episode sometime.
Hey,
Yeah.
next time, baby.
next time, baby.
Tell us all your pirate names. I want to hear your pirate names.
Yeah, what is your pirate name?
What's
Are
your
you
pirate
a
name?
surprisingly curvaceous pirate? Maybe. Beyond that, I don't think there's anything else.
Matt, sing us out with a pirate ditty.
Ooh,
A
I
pirate
know
shanty.
so many pirate ditties.
Well,
know
Jake,
pirate
you
shanties.
get your next week. This is Matt's
Yeah,
week.
this is
Matt,
Matt's
sing us a
week.
pirate shanty.
Are you Googling pirate shanties?
No. Well, I did Google Ailstorm.
Are you Googling the Fortnite pirate shanty?
There's a Fortnite pirate shanty? No,
Yeah,
I was going to go.
There
I
was
was
the squad that readied up. The captain come to say what's... Go be Squatty Boys, go.